So why can't you remain without medicine?
I can remain without medication, but internet says also that one who with schizophrenia should take medicine. Internet and doctors also say that, and family also say that, but I don't want to, but still I take because everyone is saying the same thing.
But I feel that first thing, your schizophrenia happened because you made meditation into an ambition.
Yes,
You
that's
were
I have
trying,
also said to doctor.
you were making effort to be a watcher all the time.
Yes,
That created this schizophrenia. If you drop that, and if you stop believing that you need any medicine, whatever you believe in, start becoming a reality in your life.
yes,
So if you stop believing, for her it will be more difficult, but for you maybe once you drop your ambitions, maybe you don't need much medicine because it may be helping you in some way, but it must be harming you also in some way.
yes,
You
yes,
have to
yes.
find
That
out whether there is what kind of compositions are there inside, what harm it can do to you. Maybe it will make you obese, it will increase blood pressure, it can create diabetes later on. I
no
feel
medicine.
the more egoistic you are, the more you will need all these medicine. Because somewhere you want to be the center of the world. You cannot leave yourself. So in the beginning, unconsciously, in ignorance, you are doing everything to disturb your system. Then you need the medicine. If you are just natural, you are not self-conscious. You are not obsessed with yourself. Then you don't need medicine much. If you see people in West, they boast so much. They go to this psychoanalyst, this psychiatrist. They're going for 20 years, 10 years, as if it is some kind of achievement. If you see it simply, it is like you are saying that I am a madman, and for 10 years, 20 years, I am doing PhD in madness. One should get rid of it. Drop all this ambition. Become a simple person. Become a nobody. You will have less problems. If you have anything creative within you, it will express when you are more relaxed. There is no need to try to become anybody. When you are a nobody, you will become more creative. Whatever is hidden within you will come out. That is real individuality. Individuality is your essence. It is not something which you have gathered from outside as conditioning or program. When you have thrown out all these programs and conditioning, then your essence will come out. That is real individuality. So drop all these ambitions, all these goals, trying to become enlightened, trying to become a great lover. Be a normal man, then you won't need medicine. Few years back, you were taking any medicine or not?
Few years back, yes.
You were taking any medicine or not?
I was taking few years back.
So you have been taking the medicine from the very beginning, since you were born?
No.
So when it started?
It started, I think, 6, 7, 8 years back, and I stopped it, and then I started it, and I took like 1 year maybe,
How
and then
it
I
started?
stopped. Uh, yes, it started. I was doing these kind of things, meditation and all the stuff what I have read in seen in YouTube or something like this. And my grandmother, mother of my mother died, and I was very worried what my mother and my auntie was feeling, my masi. And maybe this was the season here of Halloween, and I didn't know anything about Halloween. And somebody has put an old lady statue. She was like real lady, looking like real lady with white hair, white robe, and white head, white face, eyes, and something. She was looking like real lady, but she was not real lady. But I thought somebody has put vampire on his window. She was hanging on the window. I just saw it for 5 seconds, and I become so afraid that I couldn't hold myself. I was very afraid of everything what was happening around me. And my parents then, after some hours, called the ambulance that something has happened to him. He is so afraid, which is not normal. And then they took me to hospital, and they gave me medicines to silence my brain. And I maybe for 1 week I was in the hospital taking lots of medicine, which was not normal for me. And then I came back to home. And after 2 or 3 years having this first schizophrenic attack, after 3 or 4 years maybe happened again, 5 years maybe. I was also
At that time
listening
also
to,
you were doing some meditation.
I was listening to Sadhguru.
No,
And
when it happened first time.
I was also doing that at that time, meditations and all the stuff.
What meditation?
What I have read at that time, maybe just sitting silently and watching the breath and watching
You read
own
from
mind.
You read from where?
Internet.
So this is the problem. When you want to learn mathematics, you find a teacher. When you want to learn music, you go to someone who is an expert. But when you want to meditate, then you find something on your own from some book or some internet, and then you create a mess of your life.
But that was also not possible for me to find a guru or find a teacher in Europe countries. I ran a lot here and there, but it's hard for a European to find a teacher.
What age you? How old you were at that time?
I think 20. Now I'm 36. I think 27, 28, or maybe younger.
At that time, you were vegetarian or what?
At that time, I was vegetarian.
Is there some family history? Someone having the same kind of things?
My sister, I know only about my sister.
Hmm.
I have one
Yeah.
brother and two sisters. My eldest
No,
sister,
but you have not inquired whether there was someone in past, like grandfather, grandmother, having these
My-
kind of things.
my father told me once that he and his father, my grandfather, are shakki. Shakki, you know what it means? जो शक करते हैं.
Doubting Thomases.
Doubting.
Hmm.
Yes.
There is also a disease. People have, like, they are always suspicious they have some disease. For that, what is the word I told you many times? When you have this all the time, you think you must be having this disease. So I think hypochondriac, I think it is called. So what kind of shakki they were?
Lately happened to me. Mostly it's about wife or daughter or
No,
something like that.
you said that your father also said that they were shakki.
Yes,
So
yes,
what
yes.
were their doubt?
That I wanted to say. Maybe one
They
or
were
2
also
months.
doubting about their wives.
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes.
So
yes.
what is there to hide? These are all kind of. The thing is that when you are not at home with yourself, when you are not at peace with yourself, then you try to find out problems outside.
Yes, that I wanted
When the
to
whole
say.
world, then when the whole world is fighting, when there is a fight going on between Russia and what is the name, Ukraine, and all the other countries are involved. The war is not happening outside. The war is first happening inside. Whatever is happening inside is coming out. If you are peaceful inside, then there will be no war outside. The real center of all problems is your mind. Even if your wife, for example, or anyone's wife had some relationship, why should you worry? It's not a problem. It's the way you see things. No one is owner of anyone else. If someone has enjoyed with someone else, you should be happy that she enjoyed, she became happy. Otherwise, what is there? If someone puts his instrument in someone's wife's hole, it's just nothing. If your connection is deep, if you are connected at the level of heart, we make a mountain out of molehills. My master says, whosoever says that sex is just like having a tea. Why bother so much who had tea with whom? You keep your peace intact. And it would have been good world that where anyone, if the two people are in tune, they want to have tea together. Why should anyone else worry? Then all these diseases will disappear. These diseases are basically repression of sex. And if you have sex with someone, you were having stolen tea, then you start feeling guilty. Then you become schizophrenic. You are hiding something, and then there is tension inside. People were natural about it. Like in Osho ashram, there is no one is anyone's wife, or there is no permanent girlfriend or boyfriend. You will see these people when Osho was there, and they were the most healthy people. At the age of 40, 50, all women will look like they are becoming motherly. Because their life was, and if you see some couple living for a long time together, and it was, they were in tune, then you will look, they will look like brothers and sisters. Their face will resemble. But if you are always doubting about someone, then you are treating the other person just as an instrument, just as an object. And if something happened in the past, what is the need to carry it now? So you have to find out what are the real reasons why you have these problems. One is your ambition, over ambitions about spirituality. Other, maybe you are doubting about your wife. Then also you said about something that you said something about your father or something, you predicted something, and then you remember or not?
I predicted something about my father.
That day, he will do something to your mother or something like.
Yes, this was the time when second time happened to me. That I was saying things which were not all right to say, but I was feeling good by saying that. Somehow the mind has taken over what was going in the mind. The mouth was speaking. It was no control over the mind. The watcher was no more there. It was only mind was speaking. Now my father will cut the throat of my mother. I was saying to my brother, you are my bodyguard. And I was saying to my wife, she has slept with someone. I am the God now. I can remember that. But there was no controller there. There was no witness there. There was just mind speaking loud. But our mind speak lot of things in the day which we cannot express. But at that time, that watcher was not there. I became the mind and I spoke things which I shouldn't have told. Then it would be everything all right. Then I wouldn't have gone to hospital.
But the thing is that it happened. Just wait. You did something. And then it was over.
Then it was over.
Then why you had to take into psychiatrist and go through all those medicine?
Everyone
maybe
was
once
hard.
in a while. Maybe once in a while you will do such thing. So, if that was accepted, maybe you could have got rid of it very easily. If you are allowed to speak all those things, okay, you go on. Maybe you will be freed from that.
Yes. They also called doctor before 3 or 4 hours when it happened. They were saying that something was not all right. The doctor came. I was the only who was speaking with him normally. And the doctor went away. He said everything is all right with him. There is nothing to worry. And after 3 or 4 hours, they called the police. Police was standing on the door. And I was afraid. I said something wrong. I don't want to go to the hospital. I know that I have said something wrong, but it happened somehow. But no one was listening to me. And
is it that your father's ego was hurt because you said all those things?
My father's ego, my wife's ego, my mother's ego, my brother's ego, everyone was hurt.
It was the real. They took you to the doctor more because their ego was hurt, not because of your situations.
I also think that.
But then they have harmed you in that way. You must have
Yes.
been given so many medicine.
They know that they had harmed me.
Oh, you have to
They maybe
learn
don't
something.
know.
You have to become more wise. Never speak these things in presence of these people. Even if you are feeling, you go and find some place where you are alone and speak all those things. If you have, like, you are burdened with those things. But if you speak in presence of other people, then they will put you into mental hospital. You may get electric shock and all those things. You will become potato. Then we will eat you potato chips.
Maybe better solutions
Uh,
this life has for me.
huh?
Maybe this is better solution for this.
What? For becoming a potato chips?
Becoming a potato chip, healthy for others.
Yeah, but I think you should first love yourself. This is your life. No one has right over it. You should. Huh?
Yes, I am hearing.
I said, don't do anything which create nuisance, and then you have to be thrown into that kind of thing. If sometime you are feeling that you are like restless, you have become too much energy is there, then you go to some secluded place wherever you can find yourself alone and speak whatever you want to speak till you are finished with it. But if you drop your ambition, if you stop making spirituality into some ambition, you have to become number one, you have to become enlightened, then I think this thing won't happen on its own. And sometimes if you are feeling that someone is going to cut the throat of his wife, keep it inside. What is the need to express everything? Huh?
Yes.
Because otherwise, if you are given this kind of medicine for long, maybe it will have a quite harmful effect.
No.
Do you overeat or what?
No.
Lot
Normally-
of protein,
Yes.
protein powder and all those things.
Protein powder.
Maybe these things are creating havoc inside your system.
Possible. Protein and
So-
creatine I am taking at that moment. Protein, creatine and glutamine.
What is glutamine?
Glutamine is to relax the muscles. We have this in our body, but you can take it orally also.
But before you were not taking, so what was your problem then? When you were not taking all those things?
No, there was no problem.
When you go to gym, there also you want to be strongest man or what?
Yes. Yes.
You drop all this ambition if you don't want to be mad. You find out something which is natural for you, which you love to create. You are doing your exercise, that is good. Go do it just for fitness. Don't have any competition with anyone. From good to better, daily self-surpass. Don't try to be in competition with yourself. Only you can improve yourself. But everyone is unique. Why you have to be in competition with others? Huh? And then find something which is natural for you. You create something, then your energy will be utilized well channelize well. And don't allow other people to interfere in your life, to take decision for you. You take your own decision.
How do I know that I really have become more centered? Or is it like if I'm still asking this question, that means I'm not yet centered?
You are very much concerned about how. When you will be centered, you will know. There's no how to it. To be centered means to be conscious. There is no other thing. If you are conscious, you know you are conscious. If your room is lighted, it is lighted. There is no how to know it's lighted. If it is in darkness, it is in darkness. When you are more conscious, there will be less thought. You will be aware of the presence of consciousness. If thoughts are there, then you will be aware of thoughts. Thoughts are going, desires are coming. When these things are absent, consciousness will be present. Then you will know there is no how to it. You will know that the consciousness is present. That means it has not happened, that's all. And it has not happened. You have to be more patient. Okay, now what we were talking.
Now I am listening. It is good to listen.
Yeah, but she asked a small thing, so I said, you want to ask something more?
No, you were telling me that I am taking maybe proteins and creatine, glutamine, maybe this is also, it can also be possible because.
Take only that much which is not disturbing your inner harmony. If you take too much energy, then you will like to rape someone. You have very extra energy, so you have to be very wise about these things. Whatever you eat, it has to be digested, it has to be assimilated. One of the bodybuilder, I think it was Franco Colombo, who was also doctor. He said that most of the protein and all those things all those nutritious things which bodybuilders take, most of them, those things goes in their toilet. Because it is not absorbed by the body. You are taking too much.
Yes.
This is not scientific. You take only that much which your body needs, not what the experts are saying. And if certain things are not needed, it's best that you take natural things, not food supplement and genetically modified food. If you are taking genetically modified food, maybe that will create a lot of mental problems. Find out food which is like more what it is called organic kind of food. And don't be addict about these things. Eat to live, not live to eat. This is a precious life where you can transcend, you can do so many things. What is the need to be just confined to this prison called body-mind? I was just hearing to Socrates' quote yesterday. And he was saying, Love is the greatest mental disease. The kind of love which we know is that mental disease, this emotional madness. Love is a very pure energy. It has nothing to do with other. It is like the fragrance of the flower. When the flower has blossomed and it has a fragrance, it is not interested in going into someone's particular nose. Wherever the wind takes it, it goes. If you want to enjoy its fragrance, come near it. Love is not something biological, not something emotional. Love is when you are more conscious. If you are unconscious, you are not a loving person. The greatest creativity is to create yourself. That is the greatest painting. If you are just following what the doctor says, this much vitamin you need, this much protein you need, then you will be always in problem. You find out yourself how much your body needs. So how is Austria these days?
Everything is becoming expensive because of the Russian and because of the war. Yes.
So is in Austria also they supply you energy and
yes.
So if they stop, then what will happen in the winter?
I don't know.
Like in many European countries like Germany and other countries, France and many others. Now there people are chopping their trees and using it to keep their room heated.
Yes.
Price of electricity has increased in many countries 3 times, 4 times. Food prices has increased. So is it happening in Austria also, like in the same way or little less?
I think in the same way.
So when is the coldest time?
It's December and January.
So are the people becoming against their government that what is the use that we have to get involved in this war which has nothing to do with our countries? It is American created thing. So why we have to just get involved in it, which is harming our countries? Are people becoming slowly restless and going against their government or what?
Going against their government, yes.
Even in Austria?
Even in Austria.
Are there protests?
I know not much about it, but I think there are some.
So what about this gas, what you call it, petrol?
Also price has increased double.
This also comes from Russia?
This also comes from Russia, yes.
So I think Europe will they're going to be fucked by Russia this time.
I think so. There will be problem.
I feel that Putin is very intelligent. He just waited for the winter.
Oh.
That all the people will go against their own government, then there can be civil war or something. That why we need to get involved in this war, which has nothing to do with us. It is America which want to boss over everything. They want to sell their weapons. So if war goes on continuing, they will have a good time, because the military industrial complex of America, they want always the war should continue. And then they want that these European countries should buy petrol and other things from America instead of from Russia. And then there is like in Arctic region, there is lot of I think petrol and other things hidden. This fight is because of that, not because of Ukraine. And all these superpowers, so-called superpower, they want to capture that Arctic region. They want to remove Russia from there, and America want to have hold of that, so that they can have more control over petrol. Because there is lot of petrol hidden there. It is all economic. It is not. America wants to be number one, want to remain the number one power. Now it is slipping. So they want to consolidate. But are the people afraid or not in Austria? Like, I think everywhere in Europe, people must be trembling inside somewhere. What will happen to their winter? Because if the price goes on increasing for the electricity bill and all other thing, because price will increase of everything. There may be food shortage and all those things, because Ukraine was also supplying many things. Russia was also supplying.
Yes.
So what is are the people getting worried or not? Or people are not?
Not in Austria and Switzerland, I think. In other countries, yes, but Austria and Switzerland is somehow neutral countries. If any war will be started, Austria and Switzerland is not concerned about it. They won't take part.
So they are not in support of NATO or Ukraine?
No.
Much.
Austria and Switzerland, no.
That is good.